everyone, and welcome to the call. All right, so today I decided to put in my glasses because for the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you some how-tos in terms of building the business. And for many of you, I have my phone on the side of me. So if you see me look over at the side, that's only because I want to see all of you that are here on the call. I see you, Laura. Thank you, Nike, Laura, for sharing your camera. It's good to see you back on. Let me see if anyone else is gonna pretend like we are in our living room or in a hotel having this meeting. I love trainings like this because the people that are on this call tonight says something about you, because we know that it's Thursday and there's all kinds of things that you could be doing. We understand that there was a sacrifice that was made for you to spend time on this call tonight. So I honestly want to say, and especially for those of you who are on the East Coast, where right now it's 9 o'clock in the evening. For us on the West Coast, it's 6 o'clock, so it's still early. And I know my dinner is on the table for some of you. But I am going to try my best to share some things with you that in my 30 plus years of being in this industry, that I feel that can help you to propel your business. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, we will always start for the rest of this year every Thursday, we will have the opportunity call, which is right before this call. That call, the purpose of that call is for you to invite your guests, for people who are checking out PM International. So you may not know all of what you need to know about how to bring someone into the business. It's a very top level type of meeting that I do. And my plan is to have great guests to kind of facilitate it. I know I have Nike on the line and Catherine and Richard. And so you'll be hearing from some of the leaders as they share this week. And every first of the month, my plan is to do this call, because I feel like this is when you have people who are brand new that may have questions. And so we'll do it again. Don't worry. Stay tuned so you can be able to know when these calls are. Typically, they will be every Thursday, so you can mark and circle your calendar so you can be a part of it. So let me look again and see who's on the line. So we introduce this weekend our vision for 2025, and it is to rise up. And what does rise up mean to you? If anyone, and I'm telling you, whenever it comes to this call, I leave the sensors on for you to be able to unmute or the chat so you can write it in there. But who wants to share with me? And I need to make a note of this, because if you do begin to share it with me and I'm not in this meeting by myself, then I will have to have something be sent to you for doing that. So who wants to start off? What do you think rise up means to you? That's our motto for PM International. Who wants to? Laura, you want to take a stab at it? Are you able to unmute yourself? Try to unmute yourself and see if that works. Is it not letting you unmute yourself? Oh, let's try it. Well, okay, now I changed the setting. Try it again. See if that'll work. Try to unmute yourself. Is it not letting you unmute? Nike, can you try unmuting yourself?
It does working.
Okay, so all right. So while Laura's trying to find that button that says unmute, it's at the top. Nike, what does that mean to you? Rise up.
I'm sorry, I'm driving. So
Oh, well, you can just
rise up.
Be careful. What does that mean to you?
It means to rise up. I mean, full stretch to standing up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Nike. Laura, you want to try to take a stab at it? What does that mean to you?
Sure. It's just I just envision myself, how can I put this in words? I've just had these words for the last few months. Just go forward.
Yes.
Go forward. Don't go sideways. Don't sit down. Just don't stumble through life. Just rise up. And when you rise up, you have a better view of everything.
Ooh, oh my gosh. I got to make a note. Laura, that is wonderful, Laura. I'm going to put a little star by your name. And that's your last name, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I gotta tell some people. See, that's why you won, because you opened up your camera and you commented. That's how you guys are gonna get some extra stuff on this Thursday call. So thank you, Laura. What she said is true. It's really, really true. And I came across this diagram, and it's which step are you today? First step is I won't. That means you've decided I won't do it. Then the thought is I can't do it. And then the next step is I want to do it. And then the next one is how do I do it? Then the next step is I will try to do it. Then the next step, I will do it. I mean, I can do it. I can do it. Then the next step is I will do it. And then the next step is, yes, I did it. And you can see at step number 8, that's when you feel success. What that basically means is that your mind of what you want to accomplish this year, it is all up to you to decide in terms of your goal. Whatever your goal is, when we think about Rolf Sword coming up with Fitline and PM International as a car mechanic, every day he woke up and he said, I will do it. Decide for yourself, what are you going to do and where you're at today. You get to decide that. To reach your goal for 2025, you have to be able to make a decision. And so for those of you who see this slide, I encourage you to take this picture of this and then post it somewhere so you can see it, so you can decide where you're at. Because the thing about it, if you are at number 1 where you say, I won't do it, right? Guess what? You won't. Whatever level you say you are at, that's exactly true. But what happens is that's a day that has passed where you've not achieved your goal. And you can make a plan that in 2025, that you won't give away any days. I will not give away any days. I will not give away my goal, so that way you can reach and rise up. That's when I saw this picture and this image, I reminded myself, I said, you know what? This is what rise up means. Rise up said step by step that you're going to be able to get it. And that's why when it comes to setting a goal and reaching your goal, the first step to being able to do that is that you have to set a goal. Then the next step, you have to plan to be able to achieve that goal. Then you have to work on getting that goal. And then you have to stick to it. You have to stick to it, that you will not give it up and that you would achieve your goal. So did you set a goal for this year? What are your goals? And what's great about is that PM International will help you to achieve your goal. And tonight I want to share with you some things that I want you to write down, and so that you can remember and come back later on how to do this. Ask yourself these questions, because anytime you are talking to someone about your business and about PM International and about whether to start, a lot of questions that people will often ask is, why did you get started with PM International? Why did you join PM International? And then they want to know, and you want to know, is how much do they want to earn, right? How much are they wanting to earn? And how much time are they willing to put into it, and who's going to help us? So those are the questions that anyone that you talk to, and especially people that you talk to about the business, these are the questions that they're going to ask. And how will I be accountable? So tonight, I'm going to go through some of those 5 important steps for you to remember. The first one is sharing your product and sharing your business, creating your own personal story. How do you do that? I'm going to address that because this is a manager training, and that means that many of those that are on the line are new, but I know I see some people online that have been at PM International for a while, right? And so they're on the line, which I'm grateful that you're on the line as well, because you can always better your best, right? We're going to go and talk a little bit about the contact list and what that means. And of course, making appointments, what's important to know about that. And then then converting customers to team partners and building a team. All of that is important. So that's what I'm going to cover in less than an hour to be able to help you. So the question that often people ask is, how do you tell your story? How do you introduce your story? How do you tell who you are? And telling your story is important because most people in this business, they join not because of the company, not just because of the company, but it's because of you. You play a big role in helping your customers and helping getting new customers, as well as getting new team partners that are looking for the business. So the question is, how do you create a story, right? Most people, and I would say most people, right? Because I never say all because I don't know. But my philosophy is that most people are connecting, and this is the connection principle, based on trust, based on caring, and based on help. People will join and build a connection with people who trust them, who they trust, and who cares about them. I mean, legitimately care, and who are willing to help. But how do you tell your story? I remember when I first got started with PM International, I was so excited. I mean, I was really, really excited. So I wanted to tell people everything. But I tell you that there is a quick way for you to be able to tell your story. And we talk about this in the International Marketing Manager Training, but I think it's always important when you can be able to tell your story. And how do you tell it? The first thing you think about is origin. That's, where are you from? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Then also, what's the problem? Now, problem, saying the word problem almost makes it seem like a negative. But when we practice this, you're going to see that it's really simple, especially when you start talking about the solution and the emotion. So I want to practice and show you how I do this. Okay. Background, telling my story. Okay. Hi, my name is Tonette Blum, and my story is that I'm a mom, a grandma, and many of you have heard this story, but my grandson Noah, who's now 3 years old, has so much energy. And so what happened is because he had so much energy, I was always tired. And my friend, Mr. Rolf Sword, introduced me to this product at Fitline called Active Eyes. Well, goodness, I love Active Eyes because I take it every time before I go to my daughter's house to play with my grandson. And you know what? I love it because I can compete with that 3-year-old. And that's amazing. So that's my story. That's it. Now I got another great testimony. And for those of you who've been on my social media, probably know what I'm getting ready to talk about. And that is my weight. I remember I always wanted to be able to lose weight. I actually go to the gym, work out, try to eat healthy, but I would pretty much stay at the same place. Then I went to this conference. They called it Kickoff. And they introduced a new product called Top Shape. I was so excited about trying this product. I tried it. I took 3 pills in the morning before breakfast. Then I took 3 pills in the afternoon before I had lunch. It helped me with my cravings, my appetite, and guess what? I lost 13 pounds in 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. That's simple. That's how you tell your story. Now, is anyone, I mean, it's just me, you and Laura and I that are opening our camera, but I would love for someone else to open up their camera and tell us their story. Constantine, come on now. Let's do this together. All right. Laura, you want to take a crack at it? You want to take a try at doing your testimony with this?
Well, this is it so far. I went to the kickoff to look at the company. I haven't even purchased any product yet. I'm purchasing tomorrow, but I was able to try the product, and I was listening to other people's testimonies. But as I was sitting in the room, and I don't sit for long periods very well, I get edgy or just bored or tired. But I had used the product and I was sitting there and I started talking to myself going, I feel amazing. I am alert. I'm not tired. I'm not fidgety. I just felt great. I sensed it like within 20 minutes after taking it.
There you go. That is a great testimony. You see the sincerity of what she said? Make sure that you keep it so simple when you are really trying to be able to tell your story. You don't have to tell it all, but you know what? Let's take that story and let's take it to another level, because here's one of the simple and successful ways to be able to introduce the product as well as the company to someone. And normally we do this during an appointment. So I don't know how I got here on my slide, but I'm going to go ahead and share with you how you can be able to do this and make it simple. So you see here my circle, right? It's pretty empty, right? So the first thing that most of the time people want to know is about the company. And in the chat, okay, if you don't have to do your camera, even though I would love to be able to do that. If you can type in, what do you know about the company? What do you know about the company? That's the first step. Tell me. Let's see here. What do you know about PM International? Go ahead. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Are you able to chat? Let's see. Yeah, you can chat. Okay. What do you know about the company? All right. Yes. Quinn said 31 years old, number 6. Okay. All right. Great. Anyone else? Thank you for sharing. All right. German company. Yes. Thank you, Nike. I love that. Let's get one more. What else do you know about the company? Laura said the huge growth in Europe and Asia and the US. Yes. Okay, great. All right. There's a lot you can say. GMP. Okay, raw story. Look at that. It's coming out. So there's a lot you can say with the company. And one of the things you can say is it's always important just to be able to create just a few things. Whenever you're talking to someone, you don't have to tell them everything. But what about the products? What can you say about our FitLine product? Rosie, yes. What can you say? NTC, solid company, right? Oh, good job, Ann. What else can you say about the company? I mean, the products. NTC, nutrient transport concept is great. I wouldn't say all natural. That's kind of a tricky thing, but I would say gluten-free, right? Simple to use, right? Yeah, that's great taste. Perfect. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. There's a lot you could say about the product. Water soluble, right? That's another great thing. What about the other part? You can say simple, because have you ever heard us say PR? You know what PR stands for? I know the first thing people say is what? Public relations. But PR stands for Power Cocktail and Restorate, or BAR. BAR stands for the bar, right? No, it stands for Basic, Activize, Restorate. You know what you got to remember is that when it comes to our product, we have a very simple way of introducing our products. Simplicity is important, not making it complicated. So whenever you're talking to someone about our product, I usually say something like, you have 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 is Power Cocktail Restorate, or 1, 2, 3. That's Basic, Activize, Restorate. Whenever you are positioning and you're talking to someone about our product, make sure that you make it simple. That's why we could talk about simple and successful. So great ideas. I love the fact that you are all putting in the chat high by availability, the cologne list in terms of the athletes. All of these are great ideas. Oh, wonderful. Anna, you're really giving us a lot of great feedback. I love that. I'm going to ask you to put in your team partner number later, because I got to make sure I connect with these people that are sharing. The next thing is the business. What can you say about the business to someone that doesn't know? What can you say about the business? You watched the opportunity meeting I had today. I talked a little bit about the business. It's a simple process. Let's see here. Simple, yes. What makes it simple? What can you tell about the business? Let's see here. Thank you all so much for best compensation. I love that. Share, simple, right? Direct selling network, independent distributors, products to the customer, yes. We could say that we rank number, well, that's in the company, but we can say we have a simple marketing plan. Why? Because we say use, talk, demo. Use the product, talk, and demo it with. That's the core principle of our products. Remember, simple business. If you continue to use the product and share your testimony, that's how you build the business. That's why it becomes very, very simple for you to do it. Plus, in terms of the business part of it, we have the BMW Car Bonus Program as another option. So what I want to encourage all of you to do is each of these segments, write down for yourself 3 different ideas for each one. Maybe 3 ideas for the company, 3 ideas for the product, 3 ideas for the business. Why? Because I'm going to give you an example. When I first got started, I had to watch the time because I had a lot of slides to go through. I was so excited that I called one of my friends and I said, hey, Mary, oh my gosh, I just went to a meeting and oh my gosh, I love this company. It's 30 years in business. It's from Germany. We did 3.1 billion. The founder is still here. We have great products, NTC. That means you feel it at cellular level. We have over 1,000 professional athletes. You can get a car. And I just started rambling on and going back to what Laura was saying before. At first, she was sitting up like this. Then by the time I finished, she was so overwhelmed because of all of the information I gave. You have to make sure that when you are sharing and you're talking about the company, you're talking about the product, you're talking about the business, you don't have to share everything, because the bottom line There's one thing that's missing in this graph. Who can put it in the chat? Let me see who's going to be the first person. What is the one thing I'm missing in this chat? Who knows? There's 3 different things. There's one thing missing. Who knows what it is? Who wants to guess? You can try to unmute yourself. Ooh, good job. Quinn, I got to write this down. Quinn, oh my God. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I'm going to write your name down. That is exactly right. Quinn, where are you from, Quinn? Where are you from? Are you from the US or Canada? I'll find you. Okay, great job. Oh, okay. All right, Pittsburgh. All right, wonderful. Yes, you are right. You are the reason that people join this. That's why your story is important. When we start talking about Use Talk Demo, you are the secret sauce to it. But remember, because you don't have to tell everything. Remember those core principles of what I said before is your background, the problem, the solution, and have emotion. Emotion is important. That's it. That's all you need to know. Okay. All right. Step 2. Oh my gosh, I got to go faster. Contact list. Contact list is important. Remember, there's this thing called warm markets when we talk about prospecting in cold markets, okay? Warm markets are the people that you know. Cold markets are the people you don't know. That engagement is important, okay? The same thing when it comes to the engagement of customers and team partners. No matter what, those are the key caveats to really sponsoring. But here are some things that you want to remember. Building relationship is important. That's why your consistency in your business, your consistency is what's going to pay off, and good customer service. How do you build relationship, and how do you provide extra excellent customer service? That means you know things about them. When are their birthdays? When are their children? That's why we often say your listening skill is so important to the development of your business. Because if you listen to things, you will hear things where you can then equate to them in terms of the business. I'm always listening to what people are looking and thinking and what they want to accomplish, whether it's a customer or if it's a team partner in your organization. Make sure that you listen so that you can build that relationship. Remember, I said at the beginning, people are attracted to people that show that they genuinely care about them, about their business. If you just show I'm in it just for me, that formula has not worked at all. If you know and you show that you care and you're interested is what's going to help you to be interesting. And make sure that you make it easy and simple. And that's how you can generate new customers. And it's called attracting them. Warm markets, it's invite. That's why that Tuesday call is important, because the more you invite them, the more that you talk to them, the more that you share, then that's how you can build your sponsor and build your customers. Asking these questions, okay, is important for you to be able to grow. Building that connection. How do you build that connection? Asking them questions like, what are they looking for? What are their needs? That's how you can be able to build your business, right? And build your customer base as well, okay? So now let's talk a little bit more about the customer list, okay? And the warm list, right? So here's one of the things. This is an oldie but goodie. I think that the thing with the list that here, we're talking about family, friends, work, classmates, social. The great thing about social media and social selling is that what that does is that draws people to see what your company is about, what your lifestyle is about. You know that when you look at the Rollsorg social media, like Rollsorg has his own platform. Go to Rollsorg PM International. Make sure you look at his page. You can see what happens is he has a formula that he uses. He talks a little bit about the business. He talks a little bit about the lifestyle. He talks a little bit about the athletes, right? And you notice that he rotates all of that. And he does a little bit on motivation. I learned a long time ago when I wanted to be successful, if you want to be successful, you follow successful people. And when it comes to making that customer list, look in your phones. You know what I noticed when it comes to my phone, right? How many contacts do you have? If you have an iPhone, I love the fact that iPhone does this. If you go to your list of contacts, I don't know about other phones, but I can tell you, if you go to your listed contacts and you go to the very end of your contacts, you know what it'll do? Scroll down to Z. It'll tell you exactly how many contacts you have. Okay, try that. Put in the chat, how many contacts do you have on your phone right now? You know how many contacts I have? Guess how many contacts I have? I have 4,006 contacts. How do I know that? Is I scroll to the very end. Now think about how many of those people do you need? You only need a few to build your business. The key is you have the list. And I haven't talked about our social media platform. So that's why whenever you look and you reach out to people, you can segment them into whatever list. So what I did when I first got started with PM International, I made a list. And then I thought about who are the people that I think would benefit with the products? And then who would I think would benefit with the business? And I segmented it. But you know what was interesting? The people I thought that would be about the business, they were about the product. And the people that I thought would be the product, they were about the business. So the key is not really to hone in on that, but to build that connection. But really being able to track, as you think about it, track how many people you share. One of the things I learned from Rolf Sword is his goal was to share with at least 10 people on a given day. Share his story. And when you share it more often too, you get better as time goes on. But he did that. And I actually know how important it is to track your no's. So I want to share with you this little bit of a tracker that I would encourage you to do for yourself this year. It's the no tracker. Because what happens with the no tracker is that you start talking week 1, and this is for 12 weeks. Okay. If you track it for 12 weeks, that's 120 people, right? And what happens is someone says no. Someone else says no. But then undoubtedly you will get to a yes. Then someone says no. Then someone says no. Then someone says yes. Then someone says no. Then someone says no. And then someone says no. Right? And then third week, someone says yes. You know what you find with this? Is that if you do not give up, undoubtedly you will get to those yeses. And this is a study that I'd seen a while ago, and I think this is so true. 48% of salespeople never follow up with their prospects. 25% of them make a second call and stop. 12% of them make a third contact and stop. Only 10% of the salespeople do more than 3 contacts. And you know what? Those 10%, 2% of them are the sales are made on the first contact, 3% the sales are made on the second contact, 5% of the sales are made on the third contact. But guess what? 10% on the fourth contact, 80% is after the 5th contact. And you know what? this weekend, I talked to someone that was in that form of the 5th contact, and they said yes to PM International. That's what can happen. The key is, which is the third step, is building curiosity. So when you talk about the ideas of really setting the appointment, you have to decide whether you want remote or in person or online. Honestly, the best one is when you can do it in person, but sometimes life doesn't happen. But the key is building curiosity. Why is building curiosity important? Because what happens is people become intrigued. It makes them do that. Laura is a perfect example because Laura came to the kickoff and she had not even tried the product. But what happened was her sponsor built so much curiosity about it that she came. And then she was able to see the benefits. So that's why when you build the curiosity, it makes it easy for you to set the time and date and be a good listener, observing their body languages. I kind of talked about that earlier when I shared with you the example of the person I was talking to where I gave so much information that they decided not to say no. But what you learn is that if you keep it simple and build curiosity, then people will be able to gravitate that. A perfect example are movies. I mean, movies are always great at building curiosity, and that's why people still go to movies today. Building curiosity makes people engage, and establishing what the benefits, well, we've already kind of talked about that, okay? So that's important with setting the appointment. Remember that we have tools to help you with on setting the appointment. Use Talk Demo is a great way to be able to ask questions and as well acknowledge their objections. So most of the time, the reason why people object is in their mind, they're secretly asking themselves these 3 questions. Can I do this? Can I do this? Who will help me? And is this something that I would be proud of? Keep those questions in your mind so that way you can be able to share with them that they can do it. And you can build trust by really establishing a goal and showing understanding, refocusing to their goal. This is a key to really being able to get people engaged in the business and get people feeling good about. Let them know that you understand. That's why listening is a key factor to helping to build your business. And when we talk about converting them to a customer or team partner, well, there are ways to being able to do this. And we already know there are 3 ways to being able to do this business. There's a customer, team partner, and a manager, right? The key is to follow up with it and to build attraction to whatever it is that they need. How do you get that market attraction? Is by being a good listener, right? And creating that connection. All of those are key, all right? Creating that will help you to build your business. Okay, so follow-up is important. You know what you could do is that a lot of times when we think about our business is that we treat it like a hobby. You've heard that terminology before. Make sure that you are setting time in your schedule to follow up. Follow up is so important. What's your follow-up day? When do you follow up? What's the ideal time? 24 to 48 hours after your first connection is important to follow up. Whenever you meet someone, make sure you follow up and bringing that connection. So the last step is building a team. That's where training is important. And just so you know, the key position in PM International is the manager. Why? Because when you want to grow your business, manager allows you to be able to share it with others. And it's always on the terminology of 5. 5 managers will help and build you to, what's 5 managers? Who knows the answer to that? What is 5 managers? If you get 5 managers, what level will you be in the business? Who knows that? 5 managers. Oh my God. Who's going to be? Sales manager. Okay, Nike, you won. Right? So let me make sure I put a note. That's great that you all, that's what I'm going to start doing every time we have this meeting. There we go. Okay. I'm going to make sure that we have prizes. So yes, sales manager. Why? Because at least sales manager, because to be a manager is 600 points, right? And that's also which leads you to your check assurance. Okay. What is check assurance? That is how you qualify as a manager. And there are 4 different ways to be able to achieve that. The first way is 600 points. That's your personal volume in a calendar month. What does that mean? Your personal purchases, retail sales, and your direct customers. The other possibility of becoming a manager is when you have at least 100 points yourself and you have 5 people who also have 100 points in their auto ship. That's how you can become a manager. The third possibility is that if you have 1,200 points and it's based on your group volume. What are your group volumes stand for? It is, right, for all your team partners and all of your sales. And remember this, managers are hiring your dial-line, doesn't count for your check assurance, but check assurance is how you get paid, okay? That's very important for you to remember that, okay? And then the fourth way is if you get 2 managers. The thing you want to know is that whenever you are a manager, you have 7 different ways that you can generate income. We have our retail income. What is that? That's from 20 to 40%. ABO is your auto ship, okay? Direct customer program, that is when someone places an order online, right? You send them your link, they order it themselves. That right there is direct cash, direct online retail income. You get 15% to 25%. The difference is 15% is when you're a team partner, 25% is when you're a manager, okay? That's why there's that guide in between. We have our top retail bonus as well. That's where you can get overrides if you have 22,500 in points. Remember, all of our products have a point system. Why do we have the point system? The point system is because we are in more than 40 plus countries, and 40 plus countries have different currency. So all of our products have a point system attached to it. So that's why you'll notice that everything we say is all in points. Why? Because that evens it out, right? Then we have our first line bonus. That's when if you get a manager, guess what you get, right? You get 10% of their auto ship as well. That's a bonus that you get. And then we have a performance bonus where you can get $50. So you can see when you join PM International, there are several ways that you could be able to generate income, whether it's the customer or if you build a team. Success is right there on your way. And to build a strong business, the first thing you've heard me say is, right, have a goal. Set a goal for yourself as well as for your business. In addition, elevate your customers' experiences, right? That's so important. Remember, the methodology of working, it works. What do I mean? Use, talk, demo. That's our methodology. That's what we use. And remember, embrace technology. I remember when it came to getting my very first Facebook page, I was worried that everyone would have access to all my information, but you know what? They don't. You get to pick your friends. So be okay with embracing technology. That's how you can be able to build your business and making it simple. Remember, the timing is perfect now for people and for your business. So I really want to encourage you to really make this your year. I mentioned earlier, we have our road shows coming up. Make sure that you stay connected. When we have calls like this, it's important that you're on, but also your team on. And remember, you have to have the willingness to learn and persevere, but you have to be able to do it with a positive attitude. Enthusiasm is contagious. It helps you to build connections and it helps you to grow your business. So be positive and you can be able to see things happen this year. So thank you all so much. I want to open up the line to see if any of you have any questions or anything you want to ask. Thank you all so much for being on the call. Thank you, Nike and Juan and Laura. I really appreciate you sharing and all your feedback. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Laura, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yeah, because I went to the event, all I did really was register and buy the bag without product. But can I still go back and get the product and be a manager? Or
Yes.
okay.
You can definitely do that on your when you log into your back office. If you notice down toward the bottom of the page, it has the manager pack, and that's where you can be able to purchase it. If you haven't purchased it before, you can purchase it there online.
Okay, I thought maybe it was like registering twice, so thanks for the
You don't
clarity.
need to register twice. You can just go down and go to where you place the order, and then you go all the way down to the bottom, and that you'll see it there. And if you still don't find it, then call me and let me know. All right. Any other questions in the chat? Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Do you have active? Let's see. Do you give active advice to people who try when it's nighttime? Oh, that's a great question. Active Eyes, because it has B vitamin, helps you with your energy. It's not a nighttime product. The nighttime product is the Restorate. The Restorate is what you use at nighttime because the Restorate is all your essential minerals and it helps you with your it helps you wake up more refreshed. So Restorate has your all of your essential mineral, magnesium, copper, zinc, chromium, selenium. So it's better to use that during the nighttime and Active Eyes anytime before 12 noon. But it really depends on your body. It's definitely not a nighttime product. All right, anything else? Great questions. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I want to thank you all so much again for coming to our training tonight. It was wonderful sharing, and I hope you got some great information. I look forward to seeing many of you on the road show. So take care, everyone, and have a great evening. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.